What's going on, brother dudes? It's good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you, Steph. What's good, man?
All right, all right.
Just,
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for coming on my broadcast again. I appreciate that.
of course. Oh, always happy to, to chat with you.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah. So, we were talking the other day about this self-proclaimed supervillain of the internet. That sounds pretty like he's some, literally a supervillain, like he's out of a cartoon. So I thought that was kind of strange. I checked out his information, his YouTube, some of his videos. His name is Milo, for everybody who doesn't know. Milo Yiannopoulos. It's a long name.
Right.
And it came across while we talked that you have a particular disdain for him, some of his views, some of his stances. So I want you to talk to the audience today about that. Just give a little synopsis about what are your overall feelings about his stance.
Yeah, not necessarily a disdain for him, just because I see what he's doing, but just I have a problem with like some of the rhetoric that he's trying to spread, and I feel like he hides behind the like, oh well, I'm a troll, so he plays this kind of coy attitude about it, and it's basically just his claims to be like this cultural libertarian when his stance on things is actually really authoritarian, and he constantly conflates issues to the Breitbart narrative, that alt right thing. He contorts it, he he's like, oh well, these angry like middle-aged women are just mad, and it's like this misanthropy thing. But in reality, he knows like on its definition that feminism is just that man and woman are equal, but he doesn't speak, for everyone within that movement, and to like try to label these movements as just like these very small subsections of the bad eggs in the group. It's it's inflammatory, it's disrespectful, and it's just he's lying.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because I saw a video of of he was speaking about what was it again? He was talking about the human race as a whole, and he focused on the oppression of women, gay men being murdered. Now he was talking worldwide. He was general.
Right.
Gang raped by men who are related to each other. He was saying that these uncles, nephews, sons, cousins go out together in droves and they rape girls and who knows who else. And the thing was, I was with that until he ended it by saying that, and I quote, um, well, he said that it was being caused by, quote, massive Muslim immigration, end quote. So
Yeah.
he connected it all to the whole Muslim group, and I just wasn't expecting that. I was thinking that he was just talking about different types of people who are committing these crimes, and that, oh wow, we need to stand against that. But that would explain why there were 2 or 3 Muslim women that were heckling him.
Yeah.
and this was in the beginning before he even got to that part, where he was wrapping it up into the whole, well, that's why all this is happening worldwide. And then he was saying that, okay, America, remember what happened 9/11, 9/11. Remember 9/11. Remember this. So you really don't want them to come here and do that.
And to like, because he's playing off of people's fears of this is what the Muslims believe, and they want to exterminate gays and stuff, and it's like, okay, just because there are Muslims who do that, that doesn't like to try to label the whole group like that is just preposterous. So it's just lazy and authoritarian and very, very contradictory to be like, oh, this is what the movement stands for, when that's really only a very small percent of even what may be happening within that group of people.
What was going through my mind was that, wow, this guy is really a crap starter. He just really likes to start crap, and he says like he'll go wherever and say whatever to get people riled up. The good thing about that, it gets you thinking. So I'm listening to him. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking, and thinking about where do I stand on whatever these particular views are, these topics that he's throwing out for his own purpose of riling people up.
Right. Yeah, and he, and with that, he claims to be, a provocateur, which he is, and I think that's what I like about him is that, we need that challenging of thinking. It seems like he likes to lash out a lot, and he's like upping that rhetoric to just be like, oh no, like we shouldn't have to change these social justice warrior things, and especially with the way he responds to it, being like, oh well, I've slept with so many black guys, so I can't be racist. It's like what, like even slave owners, had sex with their slaves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're equating it to the slave master and the slave, which is a very brutal image that you naturally get when you hear that. Yeah, he's something else. It's good to be aware of people like that. I was with him when he was talking about the human race, and he really felt like he wanted to bring everybody together. That was good. He just needs to, I think, stay on that and get off of the blanketing people by religion, by race, by culture.
Yeah,
I don't think he will, but that would suit him better.
And his stances that some people find controversial. Well, I think it challenges people, and I think people should step back and listen to what he's saying and be like, oh, all right, and have some critical thinking on it. But where the hypocrisy comes in is he's acting as this knight standing up like against collectivism and that kind of like hive mentality. But then he falls back on, like collectivists, like right-wing identity politics, and he uses that like partisan baiting, and like in pretty much every speech I've seen of him, and like, oh yeah, these liberal idiots and everything. And it's like, okay, look, that not all liberals think that way, and he himself knows that he doesn't even really side with conservatives like that. He's just kind of a Trump fanboy, and I don't know. I that part concerns me. I think he's a bit nihilistic with that because he's smart enough to know, but he's still kind of like on that like Joker tip of like, well, I'll just want the world to burn, like, yeah, like let's go Trump kind of thing. So, yeah, like my last final question to him would be like I saw in one of his interviews that he said he was doing God's work, and that was the real thing why I wanted to speak on him, and because like Christ taught love, and it was on a No Jumper. It was on the No Jumper interview, actually, where I saw him said he said that hatred is wonderful, and it's like, all right, well then you're preaching the opposite of Christ, like, so I think he should take a step back and realize how some of his rhetoric could be divisive. My question to him is to explain how he's doing God's work, and because to me God's work. You do it selflessly, and what he's doing, it seems he's trying to glorify himself.
All right. Well, thank you, Brother Duels. Just for anybody who doesn't know, Brother Duels is a hip-hop artist. I actually we did a video together months ago, and I named it using his own self-proclaimed David Bowie of Hip-Hop. So getting in mind how the legendary David Bowie was, and then just put that to this brother's music and what have you. By the way, check out his music. Let the people know where to go to check out your music again. There's like 1 or 2 websites.
Yeah, the label website's the main one, growthofculture.com, Growth of Culture. And then, the full discography is on my Bandcamp, duels.bandcamp.com.
battle through this life, we must be both angel and soldier. There's reason for your lonely falls, let it build your character. Flip your weaknesses to strength like a true light bearer. Cherish what you've learned in the abyss, that's your soul.